Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dill, and today we're going to be talking about the best pass rush abilities in Madden 22. It's not going to matter whether it's franchise or ultimate team, current gen or next gen. We'll go over the differences for each and every single one. But before we do go on ahead, get into the tier list and talk about these abilities. If you are new to the channel, make sure to go ahead, smack that like button, and also subscribe if you are new. I drop daily Madden content on the channel. My end of year goal for Madden 22 is going to be 10K subscribers. I could not do without y'all, so I would greatly appreciate it. Now, this was one that was very highly requested. I dropped one for offensive linemen, for DBs, and also quarterbacks. Now, today we're just going over pass rush abilities. I'll just tell you right now, the really only run stopping one that I think is necessary is inside stuff. Inside stuff can activate on like RPOs, inside zones. I've even seen it activate on bases. I kid you not, it's actually crazy. Now, the first pass rush ability right here is going to be Adrenaline Rush. Now, what this does is Sacks will go ahead and restore all your pass rush points. It does what it says. Right now, if you're unfamiliar with what pass rush points are, pretty much you'll see like a bar by your defensive lineman. The more filled that is, the more pass rush points they have, meaning just the better they'll get pressure, right? This is pretty much like a battle between D linemen, offensive linemen, to see who has more blocking resistance or who has more pass rush points. Now, the ability does what it says, right? Like Sacks will go ahead and restore all the pass rush points, but like I could see why you run it, but I don't really think there's a point. I think it's kind of mid. Now, right here we have Bogo. Bogo, I'm going to go ahead, put into the B tier. B tier for Bogo. This will grant a free pass rush move after spending a pass rush point. Pretty much just helps with that pass rush point battle, right? And I think Bogo is something to where you could run 4 of these. I could see why, or 3, you know. It's a very solid ability. It's only 1 AP. I don't really think it's like that S tier level that would absolutely could like win you games. To be honest, I don't even really think it's that consistent. It's something to where some games it'll go crazy, other games it just might not be even noticed. Now, I'm also gonna move Adrenaline Rush down because again, just there's not really a point. Now, defensive rally right here, it's a good ability, but I'm gonna put it in the C tier. It's just kind of okay. So what it does is it gives a pass rush point to all your D linemen on 3rd and 4th down. Helps out. I get why you would run it, but 2 AP when there's just other abilities will cover. I don't really think it is worth it. It just adds a pass rush point because you're not even really guaranteed that your linemen are going to go crazy on 3rd and 4th down, right? Like, sure, you could go ahead, maybe guarantee some pressure, but again, this is one where I think it's a little bit inconsistent. Now, double or nothing right here. This right here, if you want pressure, this is my favorite ability in the game on next gen, specifically. On current gen, I do not know if it works as good, but on next gen right now, this is my defense. I'm in a nickel 2-4-5, and on my 2 outside guys that will go ahead rush the passer pretty much every play, I have double or nothing on them, and it helps out a lot. You can go ahead, guarantee basically one-on-one blocks with the offensive lineman, and if you want some form of pressure, I think double or nothing is the move. There's another ability we'll go ahead and cover later that can sometimes just go crazy, but I feel like this is pretty consistent. It's 3 AP though, so it is a lot. And the reason why I think defense is a little bit hard right now too is the fact that the AP on defense doesn't really, I don't want to say make sense, but say for instance, right, you could have 2 double nothing and then acrobat on everyone in your secondary. I think defense people would be a lot more happier with defense. Double or nothing is one of my favorite abilities in the game. This is something to where I feel like you can definitely guarantee you'll get pressure. I know this is not the updated picture, but this is edge threat right here. Edge threat, so edge threat is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put edge threat in the I think it's A or B, and I'll explain why. Actually, I'm gonna put it in the B tier. So I'm pretty much gonna tell you on next gen specifically. On current gen, I think it could be S tier. I haven't tested edge threat a lot on current gen, but played it a little bit. It seemed pretty good. Seems like how it worked in the past. Now, a lot of people would say edge threat doesn't activate on next gen, but I found out this is very interesting. Okay, if you did not know this, I want you to go ahead, leave a like and subscribe, okay, because this is some pretty cool information right here. So imagine you're playing up against a shotgun set, right? Say it's just like gun bunch, and the bunch is on the right side of the field, tight end on the right side of the field, right? When you have edge threat, the edge threat on the tight end side will never activate, but on the other side it will. So what this means is edge threat, you know, you could run it, right? But if you're a smart player and you're playing against edge threat, what you could do is ignore that tight end side because it'll never activate, right? But then double team the other side, right? So that's pretty much how you counter edge threat. You don't even need edge protector this year. So I think it's okay. It's only 2 AP, and if you're not playing against someone that knows that information, it could shed really good. But I don't think it's like even close to a double or nothing. And then edge threat elite, I think it's 4 AP compared to 2, but then you have built-in under pressure too. It's either B or C. I'll put it on the same level, just because of the fact that, I mean, it's higher AP. Yes, you do get more, considering you have built-in under pressure, but I'd rather just have like under pressure than edge threat. Now right here we have El Toro. El Toro is an interesting one. El Toro is one where if it's on the defense, I like El Toro on the defensive tackles more than outside guys. Power rushers, I'm pretty sure it is 2 AP. It being 2 AP on a power rusher, I think is very good. Something to check with this though, I'm gonna give you guys an example real quick. If you run El Toro, get you someone like Emmanuel Ogba. Why? Because I'm a Dolphins fan? No. Look at his stats right here. So he has 92 power moves, 78 finesse moves, right? You're like, wow, he's terrible. He has no finesse moves. He has good speed though. We're gonna come down here to traits. This is something you can check, mut.gg. This is like the best site for just checking traits. He only utilizes bull rush. Bull rush on yes, swim, spin, no. So what that means is he'll never use these moves. He's only gonna bull rush. So El Toro on him is gonna be very good, especially if you rush him from the interior. Someone like him, there's more cards like this, right? Just check their traits. They have over 90 power moves, and they have swim and spin on no, but bull rush on yes. They are absolutely perfect for El Toro. You can also make sure they're a power rusher too if you don't want to spend that extra 1 AP. Now, extra credit right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the B tier as well. I think it's very similar and on the same level as bogo. Pretty much what this will do is just give you an additional max pass rush point. I think it's okay. It's again something like bogo to where you might not even notice it, but it's solid. And instant rebate right here I think is unstable. Actually, I'm gonna move extra credit down a tier, but instant rebate and bogo are pretty similar, I would say. This successful block sheds grant a pass rush point. Now block sheds means it activates in the run game too, so in the run game if you're facing a runner and they get block sheds, right, that's going to go ahead, stack up their pass rush points, and then they can just go absolutely crazy when the runner actually decides to pass the ball. But again, it's not like it's very guaranteed. Now, Mr. Big Stop right here, I'm going to put right next to defensive rally. It's like the 1 AP, a little bit, I don't want to say worse version, but this says one of your pass rushers is going to start with half their pass rush points on 3rd or 4th down. I could see a B tier as well, but I think it's okay. I don't really like stuff that's so specific on like 3rd and 4th down. Yeah, sure, it can go ahead, maybe get you some stops or whatever, but I just think it's a little bit inconsistent. Ripper right here, I'm pretty sure it's a AI controlled ability, so F tier. All the ones that are AI controlled, I believe it's spinner and swim club as well. I mean, if you do user rush, I don't think it's a good strategy. Not trying to tell you how to play, but I just don't think it's a good strategy. I guess I could see these higher, but if you're gonna use a rush, you might as well just use like an edge threat. And right here we have speedster. I'm actually gonna put speedster in the A tier. Speedster is one where this was one of my favorite abilities at the beginning of the year. How I would use this is, again, same defense I told you about with edge threat, or with double or nothing. I mean, my bad, misspoke. But pretty much 245, nickel 245, put it on the outside guys. It does a pretty good job. I noticed some games like they just completely took over, and other games it was like, why do I spend 1 AP on this? But I mean, when they do go crazy, they like, it's insane what they do. Now, unpredictable right here is going to be in the S tier, the best pass rush ability for 1 AP, and it's not close, right? Unpredictable, it says shed wins are less likely to add blocker resistance. This, however, though, it activates in the run game. Like, I see it activating you. It sometimes looks like it's inside stuff, right? Activates in the run game, activates in the pass game. It's just a little bit inconsistent. Like, sometimes you can just go ahead and insta shed with unpredictable, right? But then other times, like, you rush 3 and you just get absolutely no pressure at all. So it's a little bit inconsistent, but like I said, I think it's the best 1 AP ability for pass rush in the game. Now, under pressure right here, depending on your defense, I know 4-3-6-1 even is actually a really popular defense where they'll have these on the outside backers that blitz every play and just try to fluke a stop, right? I think under pressure this year, I'm gonna put it in the A tier because of the fact that, again, if you can fluke a stop, you can win a game. On next gen specifically. On current gen, I'd probably have it a little bit lower, but because on current gen you can actually play defense. Next gen though, trying to fluke a stop, I could see why you do it. One pressure inaccurate that goes right to your defender can go ahead and win you a game. If they have like fearless, they can counter it, but no one's really run fearless, and it doesn't really add anything to your pass rusher, right? It just kind of says, hey, if they shed, they could make the quarterback more likely to throw a pressure inaccurate, right? So this has been my defensive line tier list. If you're curious what abilities I would highly recommend, double or nothing on your outside guys that are rushing the passer. If you want interior pressure, I say El Toro. And if you just want some cheap, kind of maybe a little bit inconsistent, but can activate in the run game and also pass, I say Unpredictable is the best. And yeah, y'all, that has been my pass rush ability tier list. Let me know down in the comments what you agree with, what you disagree with. Did you know Edge Threat doesn't activate on the tight end side, but it activates on the other side? If you enjoyed this video, you stayed to the end, make sure to go ahead, smack that like button, and also subscribe. I appreciate y'all clicking on the video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But other than that, man, has been your boy Dill, and I'm out.